Hey, it's me, Unapologetically T, and it's been a little bit. It's been a little bit. I've been, breathing, focusing on myself, relaxing, sleeping. As you can see, I've been sleeping. Every blemish, everything represents something. It's representing me healing. Literally. I'd rather have scars than wounds. So I say that to say, like, literally, oh no, I'm grateful for everything. I've been reflecting, and the moment I knew God was doing like the biggest one on me is when um it's actually pretty funny. I want to share this. And I have shared a lot, and I'm starting to like close more up and just be myself and be to myself and enjoy that as well. But I do want to share this. So I had like this, I wouldn't say it was like a deathly fear. It was more of a fear that represented, I don't know what I'm going to do if this situation comes up. And it'll be all in context soon. So like literally I had this fear that like to cross paths with my stepfather. And if you've been following my story, then you know. If you don't, then I was sexually abused by both. Like, fathers were both creeps, but the stepfather was the creepiest of them all. So literally, what in me, it was just like I did not want to cross paths with that man. Literally, it wasn't that I was afraid of him. It was that I was afraid of what I was going to do to him if I crossed paths. So it was so much so that like I didn't typically want to go to, because I don't live that far away from where he lives, like far as like going to the local Walmart. Because if I don't go to, Walmart, I have to go to like regular grocery stores. Walmart tends to be cheaper, which I don't even want to shop with Walmart no more, for real, to tell you the truth. They've burned me a couple of times with some meat, and just not a good corporation. Don't really care about the employees and all that shit anyway. But I'm, inching off the system piece by piece. Can't do it all at once. So literally, see, I be getting distracted. So literally, like I would avoid going into town to places where he probably would be at the, anything could happen. So I kid you not. Literally, I needed to go into town. I don't have a car, so I got to work on everybody else's time. And so literally, I was supposed to go to Walmart like for a week. And every time I would try to go, like I said, I'm not on my time, I'm on somebody else's time. It never worked out. And so finally the day comes where I'm going to go to Walmart. We're going to stock up on groceries, and literally, it's whatever. So I go. Before I go anywhere, I pray. And so literally, I pray, God protect my steps, blah, blah, blah. Hey, friends. Look at my friends. All right. So literally before I go anywhere, I really do pray. And so I literally prayed, God, please don't let me run into this man. And like there was a voice that literally said, I don't care who's in there. Like literally, you gonna be okay. And like, and it was more to that conversation, but it was just like, you can be okay. Then there was another voice that said like, you don't ever have to worry about running into him again. And so I tell this story because like some would be distraught and would give up on God just because of what happens. And I'm gonna tell you why you shouldn't. And so literally, like I said, one voice told me, And this was not God's voice. Like, I can distinguish when God's talking to me when God's not. So this was like a spirit. And spirit was like, I don't care who in that store. You're going to be safe regardless. Like, nobody's going to harm you. Even if someone's in there, like, they can't harm you. And then I had God's voice telling me, you'll never have to worry about crossing paths with him again. So I took that as like, I won't have to worry about seeing him, right? And so, and that was my interpretation of it. But then, like, I'm in the store and I'm just cruising, going on about my business. I actually found some cardstock paper because I wanted to do some, make some handmade cards for my nephews. And I found some cardstock paper that was literally on sale, like, I mean, a deal, because the package was ripped. And so I was like, oh my gosh, what a blessing. And so I'm just feeling happy and all that shit. So, like, I get over to, I'm about to go get some printer ink. And I get over to go get the printer ink. And my daughter, no, matter of fact, I wasn't even at the printer part yet. I was looking at coloring books. Yeah, I got a thing for coloring books. So I couldn't even find a coloring book that I wanted. So I'm over there looking at it. And my daughter comes running towards me. And she's like me. She handles trauma with laughter. And so she's like laughing. But I'm not understanding that that's what she's doing. I'm thinking like she's excited about something in a good way. And so she's coming over here like really excited and amped up, but I'm not picking up his nervous energy for a bad thing. And so she's like, don't look back, but da 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 is in here, and da 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 is my stepdad. And so literally she was like, don't look back, he's in here. And I'm like, huh? And I'm like, nah. I'm in my head like, y'all play too fucking much because y'all trust me way too much. And so she like, yeah, he's in here. Don't look back. Just keep going. And I was like, no, I'm not. And this is the direction I'm going. And I turned towards, and Lord, that man was right there, like in my face. And he literally, I don't know what would possess him, but whatever possessed him got the fuck. Because literally, he literally starts to walk towards me like we're going to have a conversation. And so literally, I'm so proud of me. And I thank you, God, because you have done ultimate work. And that's why I'm sharing this. So literally, oh, Latifah, you would have heard, Latifah, no. Like, Latifah, no, don't do that. Like, no, it would have been already went down. So, no, it was just like I turned around. I looked him dead in his eyes. It was briefly. I looked him dead in his eyes, and I told him, like, basically, like, I don't recommend you coming over here this way. And he looked at me. And he looked like he did a little all right, and he skedaddled. I didn't even see where he went. It happened so fast, like, but he wasn't there anymore. And I want to say this. Sometimes we think that being tested is torture, but literally being tested that day was empowering to me, because literally I did not have to act a fool. I did not have to go to jail. But I was able to protect myself and stand my ground. And that's powerful in itself, that like literally I was able to stand up to him for the first time in my fucking life. And so literally that's empowering. That gives you your power back. So even though we might seem like we don't want to face these demons, because that's exactly what they are. Literally, you know, sometimes you just got to face your demons. And I think a lot of times you just got to face your demons in order for them to go away and stay away. And another thing I want to turn to is, a lot of people would have been distraught that they heard a voice that they deem as their higher power or God or whatever. And God said, like, you never have to cross paths with this person again. For me, I think that literally wasn't about I wouldn't have to cross paths with him that day. It was that after this day, I would never have to cross paths with him again, as far as the physical. And so, literally, And even if I do, I'm still not distraught, and I still believe in God, because I know that this shit is all a test. And you're either gonna elevate, or you're either gonna just keep repeating the same cycles over and over again. So for me, I always grew up with either it's gonna be some passive shit, or it's gonna be some extreme aggressive shit. And so literally, I thank God that I have been afforded healing that has allowed me to find assertion. A lot of people view an assertive woman as a bitch, and I'm I'm willing to claim that. Like, I have no problem with claiming that. But like literally, I literally just wanted to share that with you, because I feel like a lot of times we sometimes misinterpret what's being told to us. Sometimes we want to hear what we want to hear, and sometimes we don't know what's best for us. So literally, that situation turned out being what was best for me. It made me feel, and it didn't even make me feel, I regained power that day. Literally, I regained power that day that was taken from me. Um, Literally being told, being groomed, being, persuaded, being all that shit all over those years. Like literally, I regained my power back, and I didn't have to act a fool to get that power back, if that makes sense. Growing up in extreme violence and chaos, like literally, we are taught to fight for our lives with physical force. Physical force is needed when there are some physical issues going on. But sometimes you can wield and yield your power just by, loving yourself. And a lot of people, you're going to hear a lot of people talking about love is the way. And I think a lot of us get it misconstrued. They're like, oh, if love is the way, I have to love everybody. And, like, love literally that day was me showing up for myself and protecting myself. Me not turning my path because you're here. You're not going to make me feel uncomfortable. You're not going to make me feel uncomfortable. You're going to wear that shit. And when I talk about forgiveness, I have talked about forgiveness in so many beautiful fucking ways in the process of learning how to forgive. And one of the things that I've recently come to process is that give is in the word forgiveness. And when you're learning how to forgive with people that you do not want to make amends with, like people you don't want in your life anymore, is literally you giving. It's not for them. You're giving. You can literally never talk to a person a day again in your life, and seek forgiveness. The forgiveness is not for them. A lot of people will say that, but then they don't explain it. And I think it's because everybody's journey is different. So it's hard to always put it into words with how it looks and how it feels. It's a process, and it's different cycles until you just break free. And so for me, I have realized that when I'm seeking forgiveness for people I don't have any intentions on making amends with, dealing with ever again in my life, what I am seeking is I'm seeking to give. I'm giving God, your higher power, the universe, whatever you identify it as. I'm giving up the bitterness. That's not my shit. That's yours. I'm giving up the anger. That's not my shit. That's not mine. You caused that. You deal with that. I'm giving up I'm giving up all these things that would hold me prisoner or hold me captive to the abuse or the betrayal I face. And literally, I'm also wanting to be given something in exchange. And literally, most of the time, I just ask for God to feel whatever is being taken with like love, peace, understanding, whatever I need to heal and work through this. So I look at forgiveness as an exchange, not with necessarily the person that you're seeking forgiveness from, but whatever is holding you captive, whatever is waiting on you, like whatever is the pressure, the damage, I tend to go to God and give that up. But I have been transparent with y'all. Like, I deal with a lot of different deities and gods and all that stuff. But I do typically work with the main source, the creator of all creators, all the time. However, I will go to other things he has created and transmute that energy, transfer it to them so that they can transmute it, or I'll transmute it myself sometimes. So literally, it's all about how you view things or how you see things. But yeah, that's where I'm at with forgiveness. Like, I'm not holding these people weight. I give that back out. And that day I was able to give myself my power back. I was able to look him dead in his eyes, and not kill him. Man, I say that with all seriousness. Literally. Literally, yeah, I am very proud of the work God has done on my nervous system. It's still work to do. You know, but we getting there. We getting there for what I've been through. All I've been through. It has been astronomical growth. Astronomical growth, astronomical healing. And we're getting there one day at a time, trusting God. And like I said, love shows up in various forms and various ways. Sometimes you don't got to do the rah, 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 rah. Sometimes you can just, love is you showing up and caring about yourself. That's your power. Love is you saying, I'm not going to tolerate this shit. That's your power. Yeah, so love is the way. And not in the punk ass bitch way, but love is strength. I have written poems about love, and love is in light and darkness. Love is actually a strong trait of darkness. Love is very done in a nurturing way in darkness. Love and light is done in action. And so literally, love is like a lot of acts of service done when you're doing love and light. Love and darkness is way deeper. It's way deeper than that. And my thing is a lot of duality of light versus dark. And baby, if you ain't overcame the dark, then how are you really even talking about your light? That's all I can say. And literally, to betray love, a lot of people think to be in love, and this is not, I'm not even just speaking to partnership. I am speaking to be in love, to use love as a way. Oh my gosh, that breeze. And it's a drizzle out here. It's a drizzle and it's beautiful. To use love and to be in love in its purest form, is so much power and so much strength, and it is an unlimited currency. And I will say this, even though it's unlimited, we all have to be particular on who we use it with and how we use it. You can't just go giving it away. Can't just go giving it away to people who don't deserve it. You need to have the art of detachment as soon as someone takes advantage or misadvantage, because we're all here to be used and taken advantage of. We're just not here to be misused and abused and used as a misadvantage. So like literally, to have love as a power, it is literally a power. Betray love, now that's when you fucked up. Like, to betray love, that's a dangerous game. And so I would warrant people who are playing with people who are in their power of love, in their power of strength, in their power of trusting God, trusting themselves. And like when I say God, I always tell people I use it as a catch-all. Whatever you believe in, we're all praying to the same source. Some people are praying to fractal pieces. Whatever has delivered you and helped you find yourself, you stay committed to that. Like literally do what works for you. But for me, it's all source. And I also pray. Well, I also like consult. I would say like it's spirit guides. Like I look at Jesus and Mary Magdalene. That's my ultimate spirit guides. And I have others. So literally, I definitely have a different view on how I view the world, and so does everyone else. And I think like we have space to be okay with that. So whatever you pray to, whatever you view it as, people who have found power in love and know now that love is not a weakness. And that, yeah, you know, it's pain and love. But it's for the growth. It's for growth. Literally, I would advise people who chose the other way to leave those people alone. It's not going to end well with you. The people who have chose love know what it is to overcome things. They know what it is to experience hardship, pain, and make it out alive. So I would literally suggest, you know, those who look at love as a weakness to tread lightly. And if you don't, just fuck around and find out. But yeah. A lot of times, you get to a certain point in life where you don't have to whip nobody's ass no more. You don't even need to carry, you know, a weapon for real in this thing. Whole system will crash out over you. So literally, you know, some people should play it safe. And because you never just know who is who. You never know who is who. You never know who is who. God travels through all of us. God moves through all of us, through all of nature. Just never know. You could kick the dog and literally that was God. So literally, you know, be mindful, do everything with love and care. And I hope that everyone finds their assertive place. I hope everyone is at a point where you are at least practicing self-love and self-care. You're gonna need it. You're gonna need it. But also, for me, I'm a loner right now in the physical. But in the spiritual, I'm backed by a lot. But I think for those who are able to access community and are able to build community, like definitely keep focusing on that. But I don't know. I just came to share an experience, a test. And if anybody knows, when I first started this, I did not want to be tested. I'm like, I've been tested my whole fucking life. Leave me the fuck alone. Like, I just want to mourn right now. A matter of fact, just leave me the fuck alone. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. And like, literally, I worked through all that exhaustion. I worked through all that being tired. I don't even know how I got here. I do know it was God. It was God and the spirit squad. and the effort and the work that I put in also. Like, because I could have literally just gave up and said, fuck it. And so, literally, yeah, when I first started this, I literally even made a post on Facebook like, don't fucking do it. Leave me alone. Don't test me. And it's now it's like, bring on the test, because every time I'm tested, I get to learn where I'm weak at and I get to learn where I'm improving at. And so literally all it is making me an ultimate warrior. So thank you. Thank you for all the tests. Thank you for doing it while I was at my weakest point, because you doing it there, like, that shit just made me a beast. I already was a beast, but it just showed me how much of a beast I really was. Like, I got to see how much of a beast I was. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Much gratitude and love. Thank you.